I believe we are live. At least should be. Excellent connection, there we go. Alright. Now I have to grab this, copy the link, announcement. Add everyone, there we go. I can close this now because I don't need it. Boom, get rid of this. Okay. Twitch should be good as well. Seems like it. There we go. Okay, yo, Darko, what's going on, man? How we doing? How we doing? Back to hand cam? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Got tired of showing my dumbass face. At least for a day. Let me actually move this a little bit. Because this wire is low-key pissing me off. Okay. Right. So, what? Okay. Nah, it was good. Yeah, but I mean, I think a different point of view might be good as well. At least to see my hands in the keyboard. I don't know. Just changing things up. It's not like that big of a deal. Okay, so made a couple of changes. This is pissing me off a lot, actually. I want to optimize this the best way possible, and by doing that, I'm gonna need to do a couple of things. So basically, I created this new file which is called overlay .h and .c, which is in charge of, I managed to make it great. Wait, what time is it over there? It's gotta be super early, no? Anyways, glad you could make it. Okay. So I created this file called overlay, where's my overlay.c, there we go. Now I want to do something which might be init. Hold on. Okay, my phone is just tripping balls at this point. Working on emulator, yes. I do want to finish this. I mean, I could honestly consider it done, more or less, but I would like to have a pretty clean overlay, at least. Okay, so init control panel. And in here I'm gonna have to do a bunch of different things as well. Okay. So in the control panel it might be init panel titles, which is where I'm gonna be able to, I guess. That's not where I wanted it to be. Okay. Which I am going to need a remove objects. Whoops. Do you think after the overlay it's Game Boy time? I don't know if it's gonna be Game Boy time. Maybe I'll do something like this, which I believe it's a little bit more simple than the Game Boy. But yeah, I definitely want to keep working on emulators. 1.7 megahertz. And then yeah, maybe after I've done this, I might get into the Game Boy, but I'm nothing sure yet. Okay. But for now it's the Game Boy. For you, yeah, for me, I'm still stuck in this thing. Okay. So I'm gonna have to basically grab all of these things that I've done here. Which is the main screen texture? Yes. TDF in it might not be that needed. Right, there we go. Boom, 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 all of this, boom, 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 boom. Is there texture? Can I just paste it in here? I'm getting some errors. There we go. 3 errors, which I guess I'll need global config as well. Maybe next web browser. I mean, you're actually making your overlay good. Mine's slopped together. I mean, it does look good, but the problem is the more things that I add to the overlay, the worse the GPay actually works, because I'm just adding a lot of rendering and a lot of different stuff that it's just slowing the whole thing down, which is not great. But yeah, do I have config.h? Could I have? I mean, sure, yeah, I could have config.h, but still gonna need. I'm missing the scaling factor, which is going to be int scaling factor. Okay. And so now in here, I can just do. There we go, and then the last one. Right. I don't know about the web browser. Dargo, that sounds intimidating, but might be a good idea. How's your project going, by the way? Okay, so this works. So now I could say all the GPU components. This is spawn the titles, which I could just pass objects. And global config dot scale. Call to undeclared function makes sense because I've not included overlay.h. Now it should be good, and they should just compile. Yeah, it is. It's rendering a network protocol. It's complicated than I thought. But are you working on a web browser right now? Is that what you're doing? I thought you were doing the file manager thing. Okay, so now that this is done, I can go ahead and say int init control panel. There we go. So basically what I'm gonna have in here is just a sorry, I am going to create a struct. I think I can define a struct in here. Type def struct on key pad textures. My project's coming together nicely. I added USB external device rated and now I'm main part of it. No, I'm still working on file manager. Oh, okay. Got it though. Right, so this is going to have a, I don't know, a texture. Link to it. Texture. Key texture. Maybe a color as well. And I don't know, maybe a uint 8. key code assigned to it, and then I can have a keypad texture, key textures. So I guess what I want to do is I want to initialize each and every single one of them, like make a new one, and then I want to check. Yeah, I just want to render them again. All right, so where's my function? Okay, so it is in here. This should be somewhere 4 and equals 0 or less than 16. I forgot how to type. Did I set this? Oh, 16. Damn nice. How do I do this in here already? Render instruction panel is not what I'm looking for. Control panel. Okay. So I guess I could do it font size to 60. I guess that's important to know. Okay, actually, let me just copy it from here. Boom. I'm just gonna object control title rect. I guess I might need this. Objects, sure. Right, let's just keep it that way. Use a fundamentally identified chip, which means that I'm actually gonna have to do a chip8 chip. In here. Alright. And then I just gotta change a few things because I am gonna have to create this textures. So I guess I could say, okay, you have this. I could say in here key. What is my array called? Key textures. Okay. Key textures of the key index. Assign it to key pack texture. Okay, sure. Key texture. Right. With this Game Boy project so far, actually, I'm gonna learn how to build a bunch of source files to keep everything organized. I'm not very far though. I mean, but in the way of knowing how to build the files, like, do those files have anything to do with the Game Boy, or it's just knowing how to build and keep everything organized first, and then get into the project. Right, so I create my texture. I do this. I render the texture. Boom. Which I don't have in here, but this is going to be key. Oops. Textures with the key index dot key texture. Oops. Alright, and then I'm not gonna destroy it because that would low-key be annoying as hell. They're different components. Okay. But I guess I can destroy my surface. I don't have an identifier Y, but I can probably get that very soon. Okay. Boom. Alright. So I do all this, I render the texture, and then I just keep it in here. Right. So I control panel. Great. So I guess I could keep that alongside here, where I could say init control panel with objects, and I don't have a chip, which low-key sucks. So I guess I'm gonna have to pass a chip8 chip in here. Well, actually, no, forget. keep it this way. Keep it this way. I'm just gonna call this remain. I don't have chip in here. Fuck. Okay, well that was unexpected. I mean, sure, I could patch it in here. Could I say init control panel with objects? And chip? Looks like it. Okay. Okay, and then I should have another one, which would be render control panel here. Which now I don't need to create a new one each time. Init control panel. Render control panel. I can just simply do, okay, so I do have to render the title, yes. I do have to set this, set this, do all of these things. Maybe I could, I don't know, at least I want to get them rendered as fast as possible, so I will need this. There we go. Maybe I could also get a rect for each case. Yeah, that would probably be good as well. So I could keep their locations as the rect key rect, just so that I can keep their recs stored. Okay, so this would be key textures, keypad textures. Wait, this is not it. Key textures dot, sorry. Key index dot key rect. Oh yeah, because I can now declare a rect like this. Okay, so dot x equals x. Dot y equals y. Dot width equals key surface width. And then the height. Oops. Oops. I forgot about this. And this is going to be key textures, key index dot key rect. What I get 6 errors here. Okay. Yeah. I won't even need to do this. I will just need to render the texture with key textures. The key index dot key texture and key textures. Yeah, with the key index dot key rect. I think watching your streams has actually helped me stay consistent more for the past week. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, I've not been able to stream that much in the last week, but yeah, unlucky. And this would be key surface. Shit, I don't have key surface. get another 3 hours. Oh yeah, so I have to do this. I'll actually get a new one. Int x increment. Well, I guess x increment is just going to be the same for all of them, but okay, so x increment is going to be with plus 50. Whoops. Right. So now in here I just have to say x increment. I have no idea how good this is gonna work. Unused variable keypad code. Color. Wait, what? Render control. We're probably right for the timing. Render control panel. Sure, I won't need this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, well, at least not fuck you. I don't know if I have any other. Yeah, color. It's not needed, but yet it says it's needed, so boom, boom. Okay. When time error memory access within no pointer of dice strokes SEO surface. 105. Key surface, what do you mean? I mean, it's quite literally here. The fuck? 58, memory access within no pointer. So maybe this comes back as I mean, yeah, I initialized this thing. The fuck? No, init control panel. So it comes back as no. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. I mean, I do have the objects. Oh, probably because of this, right? I mean, I might be a little insane. Nope. What the actual fuck? Then I have my chip as well. I have my keypad. Sure thing. Clear the memory. I load the font set. Keypad. So this is coming back as no. That's pretty interesting. Sure. I mean, I do have DTF in it in here. The thing is, where am I actually initializing the font now? Probably somewhere along here, right? Yeah, I do have it in here. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what the problem is. Okay. Let me change this. Let me put you as a pointer. That might be why. Boom. Alright. The fuck are you doing? Yo, what's up, gang? Yo, what's going on? Man, it's been a long time without seeing you, man. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Alright. Boom. I mean, I could do a search and replace, but that Loki works like ass. What the fuck? Okay. 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 Whoops. Keep missing your stream because you were streaming at 3 AM here. Damn. My bad. My fault, man. I just haven't had much time to stream. Boom. Right, yo, how long is this thing? Oh my fucking god, okay, let me do one thing. So it was from line 60 to line, let's just say 100. I want to search and replace objects dot with objects. Right. Use up on the clear identifier chip. Why is that? Yeah, you're probably right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this works however the fuck it wants to work. Don't get it. Okay. Say me too, either I'd be in school 3 p.m. or it's 4 a.m. God damn, yo, my fault. I mean, on weekdays I cannot stream at this time because I actually start class at 3:30, so that's a little bit complicated for me. Okay. Let me actually change the type of this. This is init panel types. There we go. And then you are also going to change to this. There we go. And now what I have to do... Wait, do I only use 2 of them? Okay, well. In that case, I can do this by hand. No, expected ML object variance type. Wait, where? Did I change this? Probably did not change. Yo, I did change it. Okay, what the actual fuck? Error, incompatible type for argument 1 of init panel titles objects in main 73. Probably right. Just probably not too sure about this. You might be right this time. Will this fix it? Yes. It should probably still fail. Okay, no. That's weird. Okay, maybe not. Okay, not weird, but let me change this so that you are a pointer as well. not a double pointer. We wouldn't want that. Render instruction panel. Is that what I changed? No. Render control panel. Oh, you're already the pointer. Great. No. What the fuck am I doing? Render control panel. Okay. So now I'm gonna do from line 158 to, I don't know, line where you finish. Line 187. Okay, so from line 158 to 187, all the things that have objects, dot. Maybe I do have to dot. Okay. You're gonna replace it with objects. Great. So now what errors do I get? Render control panel conflicted types. What? No, you should not be. Okay. Much better now. Chip.c. Okay. Right now I just need a way of actually, wait, why did that not work? Boom. Okay, now I just need a way to properly change the color. It might be a little different. I was initially thinking of making this ping pong type game, but I went with this one instead. LOL. The logic is pretty similar. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I missed a few messages here. By the way, did you guys see the stream in good quality? Because I'm getting a warning here. Hopefully it's nothing. Can you understand? Look at your project. Is it almost done? Hopefully yes, but I don't know. I finished mine. If you want to check it out, it's pretty lame in my opinion, but it is what it is. It was the assembly game, right? Same me too. Either I've been in school 3 p.m. or it's 4 a.m. Okay. I was initially thinking of making this pinball type game, but I went with this one instead. Well, the logic's pretty similar. I think you can pass the link if you want, so that I can check that. Okay. Okay. So now that I have all of this stuff, I need a way to change the color of this thing here. Which I guess I could say, I don't know if it's gonna work. Change the color of existing texture STL. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Set an additional color value multiplied into render copy operations. Nope. Okay. Is there a way you can separate its color from the mask of multiple textures? Set render target, set blend mod, render copy. SDL. Set texture color mod. Okay, which is what I actually did get. SDL set texture color mod. Set an additional color value multiplied to render copy operations. Source color equals source color times color divided by 255. Don't think this is what I'm looking for. to be honest with you. Okay. Maybe I just have to do one thing, which is I do have the rec. So I can set SDL, set, actually. So if the keypad is pressed, in this case I could say SDL, set render, draw, color with the render objects, render, and then this would be 255 0 0 0. Right, so that this is red, and then actually 255, great, 255, otherwise it's not gonna draw anything. So I'm just gonna keep everything white, just in case, and then I'm gonna do SDL, render, fill, rect, objects, render, and then the actual, which is going to be key textures, with the key index dot key rect, key textures, and then I just draw this. That's the only thing that I can think of. Unjuice variable. Okay. What the fuck? I mean, this is not the output that I was hoping for, but okay. Okay, definitely not what I was looking for. Well, now that I think about it, I could do, what else I do? Key textures. Of the key index dot color dot blue equals 0 and dot green equals 0. Otherwise I could say key textures. What's the key index dot color equals color. Alright. So that way it resets the frame. I mean, maybe it could be something like 128, 128, 128. Oh yeah, because I'm not using the color thing, right? Render field rect. Oh yeah, because I do have to set the color to that. My bad. SDL set render draw color. And this would be 255 0 0 255 else. Let's just try with this one. I mean, this might even look better now than what it did before. Fuck it, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. Boom, boom. Yeah. Optimize the control panel. Now the textures are only created once, and the only thing that changes are the color of the rect, depending on whether the key is pressed or not. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. So this tastes like this. I don't know how to deal with the instruction panel. I have no idea how to optimize that. I am completely lost in that regard. Okay. We be ponging though. We be ponging. Do I have a surface in here? I do have a surface. Could I just do? I mean, probably not, but surface width and maybe set the font. Okay, they should. We are not ponging anymore. I mean, we technically still are ponging. So let me move this. Just so that I can get the width of the actual thing. There we go. Alright. That's better now. Anyways, okay. So the only thing that I can imagine doing is having something like this. Another struct type, def struct, and maybe it's type def struct. Maybe like instruction texture, or instruction. I'm just gonna call it texture. Texture. So this is obviously going to have a texture. Texture. Right. But that's as far as I can go into this. I have no idea how to actually make this any better. I mean, maybe I could do one thing where it's like a system where I took it, but no, but I have jumps and everything. That's gonna mess it all up. Okay. Designated So I have the opcode, and then I should have something like the char description, something like this, and then I should have a instruction texture 20. Actually, no. Instructions, or maybe something like displayed instructions. But I have no idea how to continue. Like, how do I make sure that I don't have to render each and every single instruction all the time? Because this is the most resource intensive thing that I have on my overlay. I just don't know how to freaking do this. SL3. If I have already rendered a texture, can I change its contents? If I have rendered text onto the texture without having to create a new. Yes, in SL3 you don't necessarily need to destroy and recreate a texture, just update its contents. If the texture was created with, you can update its pixels directly with log texture and unlock texture. What if I'll pixel data in pixels? You can update on the 6 in texture. What the actual fuck? If you have pixel data like from SL server, this for streaming and some static texture by node are less efficient and meant for occasional changes, not for frame. You can set it as a render target. This lets you re-render directly into the texture using the GPU, which is the most efficient. Okay. I am trying to display a list of instructions that are gonna be executed. 20 to be exact. This list is going to change very quickly as the execution goes pretty fast. Can I have a single texture? Or actually, should I create or should I have a single texture where all 20 instructions are rendered? Or 20 textures for each instruction? I mean, I feel like the first one would be the ideal, but minimal draws and render copy just once. If text aspects are very frequent, this may become expensive, especially if you re-render fonts every update. Yep. If one instruction changes, only that texture needs to be re-rendered. If only a few instructions change per update, you avoid rendering. It's usually the better choice. The overhead of 20 draw calls is negligible compared to constantly regenerating large texture. Updating only the change instruction for this is wasted work. Damn, that's not what I was hoping to hear. It's not what I was hoping to hear, bro. Pro tip: use STO texture access static for instruction textures, since you only update them when the instruction text changes. When instruction disappears or changes, free and recreate only that texture. I mean, let's see. Sure. So I have my instruction with the rect texture and the text. With my instruction, which is 20. Free all texture if it exists. Do you think that the memory view would be scrollable and larger than the window? Wait, what? I mean, I'm not trying to render the entire memory on the overlay. I'm just trying, like, this is the current program counter. I'm just trying to display, like, maybe, I don't know, the next 20 instructions on memory. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm trying to do. Like, basically what I'm taking as reference is this, not this, sorry, but this. This is basically what I want to do. Okay, what the fuck? But I did try it, and it messed up my whole Chip 8 emulator. Like, it was way too slow for that. So yeah, I just have no idea how to do this thing. Maybe I should probably leave it for last. Maybe do something like this. So, how many instructions per frame are you running? Right now only one, but I think this is 20. Well, not that I think this is actual 20 instructions. But I mean, I don't know any fucking Rust code, so it's not like I can just go in here and see what he's done, you know. He has an interpreter as well? Okay. I mean, what the actual fuck is this code, man? Hi, I'm your new subscriber. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here. Nice coding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, this is not mine. But, I would just like to see what the actual heck this is, you know. Anyways, that's my, reference. I'm not too convinced by this either. So I'm just gonna move into another thing. Okay. Okay, so let me do one thing. So, bro, what type of coding is this? The one that I just showed is Rust coding. Is it Java? No, Rust. Which is pretty verbose. I mean, pretty weird, to say the least. Honestly, that's one way of putting it. I mean, I hate Rust. Like, for doing the simplest thing, you just have to type so much code, and it's so hard to read. But that's not the point. So overlay.c, edit panel titles, sure thing. And what he's using is C. I'm using C, yes. So let me go ahead and do init control panel. Y plus 50. Let's just do plus 100. Let's see how much space there is left in me. Yep, he's right. Ownership is nightmare. I mean, ownership and like the entire syntax of fucking Rust, man. Like, the fuck. I want to have this a little bit more centered. Okay, that looks actually perfect. What the fuck? Alright. So now what I want to do is I want to render the instruction. Never even really look into Rust, to be honest. Yeah, me neither. I mean, at one point I wanted to learn Rust, but then I just looked at the code and I was like, what the actual fuck is this? Somebody I know really loves it. And is he like okay mentally? Like, just checking on him, you know. Right. Render control button, I should probably keep it in it. Control. Alright. Lol. I tried to quit and stick with C# after 2 days. Right, so let me create a new one actually. Where is my... So it's not in here. Overlay, that's it, it's not in here either. It's gotta be in config, right? Yeah. Well, let me get a new one then. Internal title rect. SDL texture control instructions. Instructions. SDL f rect called, I don't know, control instructions rect. Probably a little too long for a variable, but it's fine. Right. Whoa. Okay. So now I just have to do one thing, which is init panel titles. Okay, so I should probably keep it in init control panel, which I should do something like, I should create a surface first. Surface, yes, called instruction surface. DTF render text. I mean, this one. Objects that font, sorry, char. I mean, I don't even know how big this is going to be. Char. So instructions. It's going to occupy 150. Why not? It's going to be F1. Stop execution. F2. I actually don't even know what it does. Let's just say that F1 stops. Stop. Resume. Execution. And I didn't have. Oh yeah, I do have F6, right? So F6 is going to be F6. Could probably change that. Execute one instruction. Fuck it, let's just do it like that at the moment. So text is going to be instructions. D length is going to be one of instructions. And the color is obviously going to be with color. Okay, so I have my surface and then I should do SDO, actually not SDO, objects dot control instructions equals SDO create texture from surface. The instruction construction surface. Okay, so once that I have this, I just need to have a objects that internal control instruction rect dot x is going to be let's just say objects dot control title rect dot x. Sure, why not? The y is going to be the control title rect. Okay, so y is control title rect plus 150. Let's just say that this is the y plus 50. Why not? Control instruction rect width. Honestly, this is going to be the instruction surface width. The height, pretty much the same thing. Let's still render texture. Dot render. The texture, which is control instruction. Sorry. Well, actually, yeah. Objects dot control instruction rect. Okay. Now that I've initialized this, I can just take this line, go into render, control panel, do this. Okay, maybe a little too big. Maybe you can have okay, I'm not too sure how this is gonna actually turn out. Objects. Objects dot main screen texture. Journal title rect. Keep going. Start window. Shit. Wait, how did I set the size of... What the fuck? DTF open font. DTF set font size. Okay. What the actual fuck is going... Wait, what do I... Okay. Set font size, no? Okay, yeah. So fonts is going to be objects. Font, and then the size, I don't know which size it actually has. 50. Oh wow, that is too small. That looks nice. Then I think it's with 6, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Init control panel. Let me just say, enter the instructions for the control panel. And then I can just close this. Render keypad for the first time. Boom. Okay. I destroyed the surface. I should probably destroy this surface too. Okay. I mean, does this depend on anything? It probably does, but it's all instruction surface, objects control instruction. I mean, it all basically depends on the same thing. Nah, I'm just gonna keep it within this function. Okay. Fuck out of here. Okay. Okay, let me set it back to normal here. Boom. Okay, that did not work as I thought it was going to. What do you do when you have to use dictionary like stuff like instant hash lookup in C? Very good question. I don't think I've ever had to use something like that in C, so I couldn't tell you, but I guess you could either implement something like that yourself, look for other implementations, or maybe go into C++, which I'm sure has a dictionary or something similar to that. But like I said, I never had to use a dictionary, or at least I've never used one. Either there are a couple of good use cases for that. Just haven't used them. Okay. I mean, what did you do? What do you use dictionaries for? And like, what use cases do you have for dictionaries? Like, obviously, maybe if you're trying to, maybe if you're trying to do something like what you're doing, like a file manager, then sure, you might have to use it. But for stuff like this, like an emulator, I don't think you have to use a dictionary that often. I think, I don't know, might be going insane. Okay. Like, did you just use dictionaries all the time on C Sharp or what? Yeah, UPT said low-level programming language mostly uses array pointers and stuff. Yup. That's what it is, basically. That's the magic of C. Pretty much. Pointers. Okay. This doesn't really convince me. Not convinced by this. So now I should probably get into the internals like this. Internals, boom. Maybe I should call it like, I don't know, registers, something like that. Let's see what this guy calls it. I think registers and then, yeah, index, timers, and stack. Yeah, I do, for example, have a list of files and I want to access it quick using name. I could make dictionary string, name and password, how you can get, yeah, I mean, that is very helpful, to be honest. But C does not have a dictionary by default. Dictionary in C. Quick way to implement dictionary in C. I mean, sure, super quick. Anyways, for registers, I'm also gonna need another array. Most likely. I mean, I am gonna have to. I mean, one thing is for sure, which is I have a static part, which is this, I guess, name of the register. Never changes, but the value does change. I guess if it changes, then I could basically. I first thought caching all folder files into RAM dictionary, so searching will mean some lookup, but it costs a lot of RAM. Yeah. So now I use FD to supervise. I compare with file explorer. It was 18 seconds mine and 3 minutes for explorer. Wait, what is FD? What is that though? It's searching tool made in Rust. You can look it up. Oh yeah, FD. CLI. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright. So wait, I should have first a texture called the I guess name texture, or more like index texture. Then this could be value texture. And then I could have something like uin8, because previous bug. Okay. The main thing that's been tripping me up with the game so far is that instead of modifying the internals directly, e.g. an immediate value being like bx equals value would be like ld. And the way LD is defined, there is a range of addresses, and depending on how the cartridge maps it, it would save or read from different places in memory. Yeah. I'd run it using processing C# and read output. God damn. I mean, the Game Boy seems way too advanced for me at the moment. Like, it's a full-on CPU. What I actually found out about the Game Boy is Game Boy CPU. Oops, CPU. It actually uses a Z80 processor, which is the one that I used in my computer architecture class to do assembly. So yeah, that's like the only thing that I know about the Game Boy so far, is I know a little bit about how this processor works. I think the NES is similar. The actual name is a bus. Yeah, but I mean, I think it has less memory. The CPU is slower. Maybe the graphics is also a little bit more simple. But it's not like I've looked into it, to be honest. Okay, so then I could have something like a register texture called a register array holding 16 values. Do I have a render internal panel? Great. So I have a MMU memory, CPP and HEV, where if I want a component to do anything with memory, it will talk to the MMU, and it would handle where the memory goes based on the address. Super fancy. Damn it, how do you get that down? Like, did you use the guide that you gave me to do that? Or did you do it by yourself? Okay. Init register panel, which is going to have objects, email objects, pointer objects, and it's going to obviously need a chip 8 chip. Okay. Yeah, I told you to wait address range map to what. Okay. Okay. So in here render internal panel, you're gonna have some sort of thing. Bro, what? Hi, I'm back again. Yo, welcome back. I don't know what happened to you, but welcome. Okay, so I guess I could do something like this. So int row equals 0, row less than 4, row plus plus 4, int call equals 0, call less than 4, call plus plus. The video was on, I was on a different website and I opened YouTube. I don't know, the video was on. Okay. Emulator stuff sounds confusing until you start learning it. The concept actually makes a surprising amount of sense. I mean, yeah, it has to make sense because it's a physical device. I mean, it's not like it's just based on a promise, you know. Do you guys know how to hack Quizlet? What is Quizlet? Quizlet. Never heard of this. I'm guessing you have to pay for this. Because I don't know, my stupid classmates use hacks in Quizlet. Alright. Was it row times 4 plus call? Maybe? That's what it was. Row plus 4 times call. That's cheating, bro. How'd you Google Quizlet hacks? No, that's cheating, bro. Okay, I need to sleep now. Good night. Good night. I don't know what time is it for you, but for me it's 4 p.m. Not a really good time to sleep. But good night, bro. Thanks for being here. Right. So now that I am here, I could say, first off, I need to create char Yeah, I made progress. I made file display on Avalonia UI. Great. For me, it's still morning. LOL, I'm assuming somewhere in East Asia is the only place I can think that it's late. Yeah, probably. Okay. So, I could say smprintf. I have my index size of B. I guess I could do. What do you do? I guess it's just straight up the number. Okay. Boom, and then this would be the reg index. Then I do STL surface. Boom. STL surface reg surface equals TTF render text solid with the objects dot font. A text which is going to be the index str. What do coding assignments usually get you to do? Are you asking me? I mean, I'm assuming yes. But I mean, it depends on the class that I'm taking. Bye guys, meet. I have to go to relatives. Bye bro, thank you for being here. Have fun. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the class. For example, for the computer architecture class that I had last year, I had to do a... It wasn't an invaders, space invaders. Yeah, I mean something similar to this. Arkanoid. Arkanoid is the game. Arkanoid. Yeah, this is the game that I had to do in Z80 assembly. For example, then I had another which was like software development and integration, which I had to do a simple web using a Java framework that had to make a call to an API, which we also had to develop in Java using REST API. Then I had another class where I had to do a mobile app in C#. It was pretty fun, to be honest. Now, I think this year I'm gonna have to basically learn Django, Python, which is a web framework, and then I don't know if I'm gonna have any other coding assignment. But yeah, oh yeah, and then I have an operative systems class, which I had to do C, and we were doing a bunch of different stuff. But we were basically making like a bank so that we can control concurrency and all this sort of stuff. That was probably my favorite class ever. But yeah, so we make this, and then I have to make a texture called rec. Actually, no, I don't have to make a texture. Rec raster array key index dot reg index dot index texture would be SDL create texture from surface. I'm assuming the computer architecture class was useful knowledge for this project. Yeah, I mean all the different concepts of, you know, register, PC, stack, etc. I already knew it from there, so yeah, that was pretty helpful. Being self-taught definitely comes with its pros and cons. Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way you have the freedom to learn whatever you want. I mean, it's not like I'm restricted or anything like that. But I mean, you can start with whatever you want, you can go into whatever you want, you can program whatever you want. But then also knowing what to learn and then how to learn and how to keep learning is probably the most complicated part. What the fuck? But yeah, I mean, being self-taught, it's crazy. I mean, congrats for that, because it's not easy. Okay. Whoops. How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half. Okay. Render control panel, init raster panel, get long instruction render control panel. Okay. Init raster panel. There we go. Alright, I should probably have a SDL f rect called index rect. And then this would be value rect. Like, I wouldn't be able to tackle them other stuff unless I wasn't already trying to do stuff with logic gates in Minecraft Redstone, and if I hadn't played this game on Steam called Turn Complete. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty complex. Because Turn Complete gets you to basically build a working CPU with logic gates. Damn! That sounds pretty cool. Let me actually... Okay. So... So I could say register array with the reg index dot index rect dot x is going to be equal to objects dot internal. Actually, I'm gonna have to set up an x and then a y as well. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. make sure the Y is set up. Okay. Int y equals objects dot internal title rect. The fuck? Internal title rect dot y, which is 0 actually, plus 50. So yeah. Boom, and then int x equals objects dot internal title rect dot x. Boom. Expected identifier. You can go fuck yourself. There we go. I would recommend very fun game and the end game. You have different programming and assembly challenges using your CPU, like certain algorithms and doing recursive from someone with Towers of Hanoi. God damn. That sounds cool. Is it free? Turing complete. $20. Wow. Wow. I mean, it's definitely gonna be worth it, but oh wow. Sadly not. Damn. Dang. So how much would I increment? X plus equals increment. Digital Logic Simulator. Digital Logic. Oh wow. I mean, I did have to use this in class. We used Logisim. This is called Logisim. Yeah, this is what I had to use, which is not as gamer, but it's still pretty useful. I managed to build the same Turing complete CPU in that, but there's a lot less guidance, I imagine. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna say x or x plus equals, I don't know, I'm just gonna say 20 because I don't have that much space. So x equals x, y equals y. Thanks for that. Then I'm gonna do width. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, the fucking brick. Surface width, and the height also probably going to be that height. Actually before this I should probably do with DTF set font size objects dot font, and I don't know, I'm gonna set it here. Then last but not least I should do SDL render texture. Objects rendered on the texture, which is register array with reg index dot index texture null, and then register array dot index rect. Boom. Surface of the reg surface. So now when I go and say render internal panel, I just have to do this. I mean, I should probably get this loop back again. Whoops. Alright, so, what's going on here? Oh, you're not a pointer yet. Okay. Render internal panel, you're not a pointer yet. There we go. Okay. Alright. I think the service overlays are a really good exercise before doing the NES. Wait, how do you say it? NES or NES? I mean, I'll just say NES, no? I don't even know. Okay, so I guess I don't have to create this, or this. I just have to do this is what I have to do. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to do this either. Okay. I just have to render the texture. That's all I have to do. Okay, well I'm missing a lot of different destroy textures, which is definitely a memory leak, but I think I can excuse myself with that. Great stuff, dude. Okay, so what the fuck happened? Oh yeah, probably I never called init raster panel, right? Init raster panel. This is probably never called. Yep. So I guess I have to call this init raster panel. Panel titles. I mean, I don't even know where to put this, if I'm being honest with you. Init register panel objects and chip. Okay, this can definitely be spread out a little bit better. So what's your progress? Basically this, I can now see which keys I'm pressing in real time. I now have these instructions which I can stop, resume the execution, and then I can execute one instruction at a time. And now I can see the registers, or at least the index of the register. So, okay, let me plus 20, probably gonna have to be a little bit bigger. Plus 100, I wouldn't be too sure about that. I mean, your 4 at the end of the day looks like a pretty good thing, honestly. For some reason, adding a reset button to my GBet gave me weird problems. As in, like, start over the execution. That actually could be a really good idea to implement, to be honest. Okay, yeah, I didn't actually think about that. What happens if I init again, init, okay, thank you. How is this x01? How would this look? Okay, not what I wanted to have, actually. Zero 4x, percentage 04x. Okay, 01. Okay, much better now. the y is 50. Let's just say that you are objects, internal title rect dot y. Also, I don't know, on, for example. Or it could probably be, actually, probably internal title height plus 50, maybe. Pretty much the same thing. Boom. Okay, I think I'm gonna settle on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to render these. So I render the okay. Render the index textures. Boom, and then once I'm done here, I can say boom, boom, and then I want to go and say render the value textures, which for that I'm gonna have to init raster. Okay, render the index textures. Okay, well. So I'm gonna have to do a. Already have my rec index, great. Chart index, chart value str. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, 5. Doesn't printf value str. The max size can be size of. I did it the wrong way. Size of value str. It's going to be basically the actual value, which 0 to x of chip b x. Sorry, rec index. Boom. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and say surface value surface ddf render text solid. What the hell am I doing? Okay. With objects font the text, which is value str len value str and then the color maybe that's what I need. Yeah, great. As well, U2 making an emulator. He's making a Game Boy emulator now, but yeah, he did a chipset emulator as well, pretty much at the same time that I've been doing it. Still, actually not my texture. It's gonna be rec raster array rec index dot index rect fuck dot value texture equals SDL create texture from surface dot render value surface. Boom. I think he did it in C++, maybe. Okay. Then I'll say that my register array with rec index dot index value rect dot x is going to be equal to basically the register array with the rect index dot value rect, sorry, index rect dot x plus 20 maybe. I love others making this even though I'm not into this low. It's cool. I mean, this is pretty simple. I mean, it all depends on how far you want to take it, of course. I mean, I could have just finished with the emulator by now, but it's actually really cool, to be honest. And you learn a lot. Okay. So plus 20. The I is actually the same. And then the width is going to be the value surface width with the height being the same. And now render texture with objects. Render the texture with this register array reg index dot value texture no and register array with reg index dot value rect. Boom. I got lost in the sauce with chip upgrades low, but they do look cool. Type shit. Okay, so now I have this rect surface. You should be actually value surface. I guess I can change your name from rect surface to index surface. Hopefully you won't mind. Index surface. What the fuck is happening, yo? Index surface. And then index surface. Hi, yo, what's going on, man? How you doing? So how does an emulator work? A computer inside computer like VM? I mean, not like VM explicitly, like VM is a little bit more complex, but yeah, you just basically simulate the behavior of a computer with code. That's what you do. That's what you do. I also have to render internal panel, so I have to take this line. Boom. Okay, let's see how this looks. Hey, that looks pretty damn good, no? I mean, obviously I now have to update the values, but there we go. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay, so this is the, I guess, complicated part of this, which is I go up here and I say render internal panel, and then I can say, okay, so I render this no matter what, but if chip, do I have chip in here? I do have chip. So if chip dot reg index is different from register array with reg index dot previous value, then I have to update the value. How am I supposed to do this? I guess I could make a new function, say int update register value. But for now, I think I'm gonna keep it in here where I'm gonna say SDL destroy texture. I mean, this might be a little too costly, but I'm willing to take the risk. I destroy the texture, which is going to be register array regindex dot the body texture, and then I have to create a new one, which is just going to be all of this stuff. And then I can just go here and say this. Boom. So I get the new value, and then I say that register array with regindex dot previous value equals shape b with regindex. Yeah, that's all I have to say basically. We'll see how this looks. Yeah, I mean, I think the performance has definitely slowed down. Not too sure. But we do get it though. Actually, another thing that I want to check is where's my memory? Okay, so it's not that big of a memory leak. Where how much are displaying right now? Hold on. Yo, minute 26 and already 0-1-1. What the fuck? Okay, Mbappe just scored. I might have to check this one out. Dead ass up. Okay, well, let me add this. Get commit. Register panel is fully working. Maybe not the best approach in terms of performance, but at least it works. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna leave it for today. It's been almost 2 hours of doing I don't even know what, but hey, it's been nice. Thank you guys for being here. It's been quite a lot of you today. Maybe I should start streaming at this hour because I definitely get way more views. But yeah, thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if it will be in a video or stream or whatever. But yeah, thank you and see you guys.